Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome to Yankees Stadium.
They win the final game 5-2 to remain the baseball champions of the world. The Yankees, with this 9-0 crusher, have won their 17th World Series.
The Yankees again are world champions.
The Yankees win their 21st World Series.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
Welcome back, Yankee fan. This is the Chase for 28 podcast. This is episode number 93. My name is Chris, and I am joined by, of course, my podcast compadre, the Podcast Padre. What's up, Pop?
It's a lot of P's in there. I don't know. Well, here we are. 7 games into the season.
7 games in. What a week it was in Yankee land. Things are looking good.
Yeah. I mean, mostly high moments, couple of low ones, but
Couple of high, couple of it is far.
yeah, that was like, when we recorded last Friday night?
We recorded last Friday night, and we had no idea what was about to happen.
No. Who would have thought Nestor Cortes was going to come all the way back to New York to throw batting practice?
What? With the blonde hair?
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. If you couldn't get odds on that.
No.
That's never been done before. 3 consecutive pitches.
As they said in the old days, if guys hit home, there have been guys hit home runs on 2 consecutive pitches. That's been done. But you're the next guy, they're throwing at your butt. They're not throwing it over the plate.
Or bouncing a curveball, something.
Yeah, something. I'm not throwing it over the plate.
So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today after 1 full week of the 2025 season. But before we get into all that, let's go to our trivia question from the last episode. And the trivia question was, in 1922, Babe Ruth was named captain of the Yankees. How long was he the captain of the Yankees? We had a guess. Our good friend Alex sent me a text, and he texted.
I liked his logic.
He had very, very good logic. So let's go to Alex's text. Quote, "It's got to be a trick. Shorter than I'd expect. I say 3 years." So Alex guesses 3 years that the great Bambino was captain of the Yankees.
Well, let's give him credit. He was right. There was a trick question. It was short. It was just a little bit shorter than 3 years.
A little bit shorter than 3 years?
Yeah. Alex, after 6 games, Ruth went into the stands to have a fight with a heckler. That was it. 6 games. So you missed it by almost 3 years.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. And I don't think they named anybody else captain. Yeah, wait, I got this little picture here with the Yankee captains.
Probably
Your
not till
uncle-
Gehrig.
Yeah, your uncle wanted me to give it to you, but I kept it. Yeah, after...
Eventually it'll be mine.
Yeah, eventually it'll be it. Yeah, you got Ruth, and then there's a picture of Gehrig. But I don't quite know. We'd have to look that one up. There's a trivia question. When was Lou Gehrig named captain of the Yankees?
Well, that is not our trivia question for today. We will have another question at the end of the episode.
You know, it was amazing. What I never really realized that, they didn't name another captain till Steinbrenner made Munson the captain.
Uh-huh.
But after Munson passed away in his plane accident, I never realized, like right away, you had, I don't have the order right, but you had Randolph, Guidry, Nettles.
I believe that the 3 of them, not Mattingly, but the first 3 guys before Mattingly, they were all captain at the same time.
It was.
It wasn't. I don't think it was a one at a time thing.
There's somebody send us that trivia. Okay,
there you go.
Find out.
Bonus question, but we will have a trivia question at the end of this episode. All right, let's get into it for this week. All right, episode 93. So right now, as we record this on Friday night, April 4th, the Yankees are 5-2. They are in first place in the AL East. They are up 1-0 in their series against Pittsburgh. They beat the Pirates today in Pittsburgh. Early start today, 4 o'clock start. They beat them 9-4. Judge with another home run. We're going to talk all about home runs tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And since the last episode, the Yankees went 4-2, just like you said.
That was my prediction. Go 4-2. They did it a little differently than I would have liked to have seen it. Let's face it, everybody gets greedy. They were 3-0 from the Brewers, and you're like, okay, we're 3-0. Now we want to be 5-1. You know, we want to be 6-0. But then that first game, the bullpen blew. They had the lead. The bullpen blew it. Second game, they didn't hit till, was it Volpe hit a 3-run homer in the 9th inning with 2 out, I think?
Yeah.
So they didn't really hit that game. But then they came back on Thursday. They flexed their muscle again.
And boy, have they been flexing their muscles. So they sweep the Brewers. Now, let's rewind. Let's go all the way back. So we record the episode on Friday, and some idiot on this podcast, not you, which now we know who it is, talked about Aaron Judge starting slow in April. And then Saturday came, and the Yankees put up more runs in a game than I think the New York Football Giants put up in any single game in the last 5 years.
Yeah. During the broadcast, they were talking about comparing it to Giant scores.
So they beat the Brewers 20-9. They hit 9 home runs. They set a franchise record for long balls. And I got to be honest. So it's all well and good that Dave Sims is there with his hey nows, right? But there was a part of me that wished, what would John and Sterling have done calling a game with 9 home runs? And how many of those balls that didn't get to the fence would he have thought they were home runs before they didn't go over? But, I mean, they were hitting ball after ball. He would have had a heart attack in the first inning. 3 pitches.
3 pitches in a row? I could only imagine how he would have reacted.
But we would have got a back-to-back-to-back and a belly-to-belly-to-belly.
And then Wells hit the 4th home run that inning.
4 home runs in the inning.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you don't see that often, that's for sure. Now, what is it? They were 1 short of the Major League record. 10 in the game. Oh, well.
Just a great start to the season. And I guess we have to get into what people are saying is the reason why. What are your thoughts on the Torpedo Bat?
You know, they said the Torpedo Bat has been around.
They said Stanton was using it last year.
Oh, you see something like they asked him, like, do you think using the Torpedo Bat, the way the weight is different, maybe that's why you got tennis elbow? Are you kidding me? Believe me, that man is not injured because of a torpedo bat.
No.
He's made out of silly putty. But the bat's legal. It's been approved by major leagues. And as they said, if you know that's where the thicker part of the bat is, it's not really all the way down at the end. I mean, pitchers can adjust. I mean, if you throw a ball on the inner half of the plate, the torpedo bat's got nothing to do with that. You throw it on the outside corner, the torpedo bat's got nothing to do with that. It's just like everything else. You make a mistake, the ball's going to get hit, period. You go
Absolutely.
Up there with a twig in your hand.
So in the Yankees 5-2 start, so in their first 7 games, the captain, Aaron Judge, has 6 home runs. Aaron Judge is not using the torpedo bat.
Yes.
He's using his regular bat. And I thought his comments were funny when someone asked if he was going to try it. And he's like, I'm paraphrasing, I don't need to try it. Look at what I've done the last 2 and 3 years. Do I need to use a different bat? But credit to the Yankee.
You don't want to see me use a torpedo bat.
But, I mean, credit the Yankees and the analytics department with this guy from MIT who they put it in the hands of Anthony Volpe because I guess over the winter they're analyzing all the players and going through footage, and they put it in his hands based on how he would get jammed and not hit balls making solid contact. So they put it in his hands. And that has paid off, as Anthony Volpe is in 28 at bats. He is 8 for 28, batting .286. He's got 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. So it's working for him. Jazz Chisholm is using the torpedo bat, and Jazz is having a lot of fun playing baseball. I think it's exciting to see him play. He's got swagger.
Yes, he's got personality. He's not that run-of-the-mill quiet, here's my tie, I'm shaving, I'm cleaning. No, he's got personality. He's not an all-business baseball player.
He's got personality. I like it. I like it a lot. He's fun.
He's having fun, and he's letting you know he's having fun. So, actually, how many of them are actually using the torpedo bat? Chisholm, Volpe, who else?
I think Bellinger used it. I'm Googling Yankees using the Torpedo Bat. I want to say I think Wells tried it. I think so.
All right, but
it's not all of them, no.
So actually, if they're using analytics to see how to do this, you would think two players using the bat, they would have a different torpedo bat based on how it's been analyzed, where they normally hit the ball on the bat.
And it very well might be. I don't know that they're all using the same kind.
Yeah, I haven't got the faintest idea how you do it, but hey.
But it's not a magic cure-all thing. It's this bat isn't for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you swing and miss, a torpedo bat isn't going to make you swing and hit it. It's just getting a little better contact on a sweeter part of the bat, period. Hey, it's legal. Yeah. Anybody don't like it, shut up. Go to bed.
Yeah. Somebody was saying that somebody on social media, YouTube, somewhere, that I guess this week they made some content where they were using different bats and replica bats from different players in history.
Yeah.
Did you know that Babe Ruth swung a 45-ounce bat?
Oh, Babe Ruth swung a tree.
But they said some had a 45-ounce bat.
Yeah, he didn't have a torpedo bat. He had a battleship bat.
The Destroyer.
Yes. Hey, who cut the log down for firewood? No, that's Ruth's bat. Leave it alone.
Who left this stump out on the field?
Yeah, everything's good.
So they stomped on the Brewers.
They had the innings where, a lot of the runs came in on home runs, but there have been a couple of rallies and a couple of innings where it's been, a single, a double, and a walk, manufacturing runs. So that's been tossed in there. I think today they scored 9 runs. I think the only home run was Judge, I believe.
Yes.
And that was a 2-run homer, so 7 runs. I think Cabrera, I got the box score up here. Dominguez had 2 hits. Cabrera had 3 hits. Volpe had 3 hits. Bottom of the order, the last 4 guys. Volpe, Grisham, Dominguez, and Cabrera, they had 9 hits.
And overall, the Yankees had 13 hits today. 9 runs on 13 hits.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Ben Rice leading off for the second time. Sounds like it's going to be a leadoff batter by committee. Who's hot? Who's swinging the bat? Could be Rice. Could be Goldschmidt.
And you know what? That could also be the team leaning into the analytics based on who the starting pitcher is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if people realize it or not, but when they take batting practice, and I'm not talking when they're on the field and you got the guy out there throwing pitches, but when they're down like in the stadium, every team now has a batting cage or multiple cages where they're looking at a screen of the actual pitchers they will be facing, and it's programmed to throw their pitches. So it's not throwing balls into the jugs machine and just kind of like feeding the ball in. They're in a cage looking at a screen, looking at a projection of what looks like the starting pitcher, and then they're seeing those pitches and those pitch sequences. So, and something else I want to throw out there that was people were complaining about the Yankees and, they've got the money to spend and they've got the analytics department, and, small teams like the Rays or the other teams don't have that kind of money. Slow down, people, because AJ and I looked into this a couple of years ago. We looked into the analytic department of the Rays. And 3 years ago, the Tampa Bay Rays were employing, something like 60 to 70 people in their analytics department that was publicized. So, and that, I think at that point, they had the largest analytics department.
Yeah, the Yankees were late to the table with the analytics.
Because we as fans don't like analytics. We just want people to manage with their gut and not managed by a binder. But hey, if that's going to lead to torpedo bats and 5-2 starts and being in first place and having the start of what could be a nice baseball season, I'm all for it.
Yep. Just keep riding the wave. As I said, just keep winning series. Now, they won the first game in Pittsburgh. I look at it as at least win one more, win the series. If you could sweep, go ahead, sweep. And then where they go, what, Cleveland next?
They are in Detroit next week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Then Cleveland.
No, then they come home for the Giants.
What do I know? All right.
We'll go over the schedule in a few minutes. So they come right back off that 20-run game, and they put up 12 runs. They win on Sunday against the Brewers 12-3. More home runs flying out of the ballpark.
And that wasn't like, it's warm weather, the ball flew. Sunday was freezing.
Sunday was drastically different weather-wise.
The ball still went out.
Yeah. Now, this Diamondback series. They lose the first two. They win the rubber game. What were your thoughts? What did you like? What didn't you like?
I didn't like the middle game, the lack of hitting. When you don't score until Volpe hits a 3-run homer with, like I said, I think 2 out in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
And they, what was it, over the course of 2 games? What did I hear them say? They struck out.
Oh, they struck out 18 times in one of the games.
18, but I think in the two games total, it was 30 times. 18 in one game?
Yeah.
That's nonsense. You're a major league. There's no reason to strike out. I mean, who was pitching up for the other team that you struck out 18 times?
Now, I do want to throw it out there. So in one game, the team struck out 18 times. I think in 1995 or 96, somewhere in the 90s, Tony Gwynn had a season where in 680-something plate appearances, he struck out 15 times in the whole season.
The man just put the bat on the ball. He went with it. Inside, I'll pull it. Outside, I'll go the other way.
Unbelievable. And we've talked about strikeouts here before. You know, with guys like Judge, and we compare him.
Judge, let's face it, he's going to strike out 170 times. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But all these other guys, you know who I'm impressed with his at-bats? Like, really good eye? The little Martian.
Yeah,
I'm really impressed with his at-bats.
It's coming together for him. And today is the start of that, I think.
Yeah.
And his outfield defense hasn't made any errors to my knowledge.
No.
They do take him out they do the defensive replacement late in the game for him, where they'll throw Bellinger in left and they'll put Grisham in center.
And now even out this week, it seems, I got a feeling Grisham is going to get a chance to play a lot more than he did last year. Well, you figure last year you had Judge and Soto. You're not taking them out.
Right.
So Grisham really never, had a chance to get any kind of...
And they were married to Verdugo, right? So that was your outfield. Verdugo, Judge, Soto.
Yeah. Now it's just a case of, okay, like the other day, Judge is going to DH. That opens up a spot. Bellinger, we're going to give you a rest. Dominguez, we're going to take you out, put him in. So, I mean, he's going to get more playing time. And this week he's producing.
Yeah. And his defense has been good. I saw him make a couple of great catches in the outfield this week.
Yeah, so.
And that's a plus. I mean, Judge is your has-to-play everyday guy, or as damn near close to it as you can.
Yeah.
Not having that other person gives you the opportunity to have this nice outfield rotation and have a plan. Dominguez can develop, right? You talked about in the last month, when Volpe was a quote-unquote freshman, they gave him every opportunity to succeed. Give the same opportunity to Dominguez.
I would be totally shocked if Dominguez ended up the season like what Volpe had, hitting like 209, 210, or 220. I'll be shocked if he has that kind of season. I just think he's a much better player, and he's got a much better eye of the plate, and he makes much better contact. I think he's going to have a really good... This is his rookie season. He's still considered a rookie.
Yes. And, stat-wise already, so through 7 games, Jason Dominguez, 24 at-bats, he's 7 for 24. He's batting .292. Got the 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles, 3 walks.
He's going to steal bases, too. That kid is fast.
He hasn't stolen a base yet, but team-wise, they're not exactly running right now.
No.
Judge has 2.
You don't have to when you hit 400 home runs.
That's true. Judge has 2 stolen bases. Ben Rice has 2 stolen bases, and Jazz has 1 stolen base.
I got to say, that would be the one thing in the games that I'm really not in favor of. I don't like to see Chisholm batting cleanup. I think that gets in. I'm guessing here, but it just looks like it's in his head. Oh, I'm the cleanup hitter, and I'm going for it all. I'd rather see him maybe hit a little bit more for average and like at times go the other way. It just looks like he's trying to pull everything and jack it out.
You know what? I'm okay with that when they're at home. But when you get into some of these not short porch fields that they're going to play in, obviously, when they're on the road, I wouldn't have him in the cleanup spot. Obviously, you want to stack that left-handed lineup at home.
Yeah, well,
that's my thoughts on that.
Today against the righty, they had him batting third. They had Goldschmidt batting fourth. But again, it was alternating. You had lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty. So they just kept switching it all.
Yeah. But the lineup looks, they haven't put a lineup out yet. And again, this is all a product of the fact that things are going well, right? When you're hitting home runs and you're winning ball games, whatever the problems are, they're not as magnified.
Yeah.
Right. If they were 2-5, with these lineups, I'm sure we'd have some complaints.
Well, in the game, they scored the 20 runs. They made 4 errors, but nobody talks about the 4 errors.
They made 5 errors.
Nobody talks about it. I didn't know how many there were. But again, you're right. You win, you don't talk about it.
Winning cures everything.
Aside from that game, the defense has been good.
Yeah. No, although when they came right back on Sunday, you had another Saturday, they had another botched, ground ball or play to first base and the pitcher didn't cover. So I think they're 0 for 2 on PFPs.
I think Weaver did cover when he came in. So 2 for 3, I think. 2
for 3.
All right.
And the bullpen looks good because they haven't had to use them.
Yeah. Can we have a moment of silence? Ottavino's gone.
Yeah. Grand opening, grand closing. Congratulations to Devin Williams on the birth of a child. That's always nice.
Do we know what his wife had? Don't say a baby.
I didn't get that far. Hold on. Devin Williams, baby. Doesn't say. It's just that they designated Ottavino for assignment.
Oh, well.
But I do want to bring up the fact that why wouldn't they bring up somebody from AAA for a couple of days?
Yeah. That you got to tell me that there's nobody that you had in spring training that, we just need you to go up and sit on the bench in case of an emergency for 2 games, that there was nobody down there. I don't know. I made no.
That's why we're not the GMs. I'm sure there was something with service time or paying them or whatever.
Whatever. He came, he pitched the 1 2/3 innings. That was that.
I wonder what you get paid for that. What is league minimum for an inning in 2/3? Like, how much money did he make for that?
I don't know. They called him an Uber. I don't know what he got the meal money for that.
Speaking of Uber, JC Escarra got his first major league hit last night.
First hit, I believe it was a double, wasn't it?
It was a double. Shout out to JC, not Jesus Christ Escarra. Although for all we know, his name is Jesus Christ Escarra. I don't know what the JC stands for. I'll Google that later.
To play a little bit more, we got to get more info on it. Him and the new baby.
Yes. All right. Anything else you want to rap about tonight?
No, we're just going to ride the wave.
Ride the wave like a torpedo in the ocean. Oh. By the way, I am working on some torpedo-based merch. So
be careful how you make it.
I got some ideas. Come on now.
You walked into that one.
I've never walked into one. Anyway. Let's look at the upcoming schedule. They've got the Pirates the rest of this weekend. 4 o'clock start on the 5th. 1 o'clock. Go ahead.
You got the pitches. Is tomorrow Stroman?
Let's go.
Sunday Warren?
Back to the homepage. By the way, Fried looked good today. Picked up his first win as a Yankee. Tomorrow we got Stroman on the hill against Falter. Hopefully he falters. And Sunday we got Warren on the mound against Andrew Heaney. Old friend of the Yankees.
He's there now? Oh.
Yes, he is.
All right. Well, he's another lefty.
Pittsburgh, where Yankees go to die.
All right. And then, as you said, then they go to Detroit.
They go to Detroit for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Tigers. They're off next Thursday, and then they come home for a 6-game homestand, 3 against the Giants and 3 against Kansas City. So the next time we record, they will be in the midst of playing the Giants.
5-2. We got 2 games, 3 games, so 5 more games.
I got to be honest. I think they will sweep the Pirates, so that will make them 7-2. Detroit is nothing to shake its stick at, so obviously I want to get 2 out of 3 there, so that could be 9-3. So hopefully we're recording next week and they are 9-3 in the midst of playing the Giants.
I will take 8-4.
Okay.
All right.
So you're saying 2 out of 3 against the Pirates and 2 out of 3.
I'm not saying where it's going to happen. I'm just saying the record 8-4.
Okay. All right. Okay. Before we get to the trivia question, I want to remind you that the Chase for 28 is powered by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a great ticketing app for all of your athletic event, concert needs. Great way to get Yankee tickets. Use our link, chasefor28.com/SeatGeek. Use our promo code the first time you use the app, Chase for 28, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. So if you're maybe an educator and you want to get some tickets for your spring break, hit up the SeatGeek app and get your tickets all summer long with SeatGeek. All right, here's your Yankee trivia question for this episode. Would you like to ask it or do you want me to ask it?
Go ahead.
All right, here's your question. Who was the first Yankee to have their number retired? Send us an email. Alex, you can text me. If you want to send a voicemail, go to chasefor28.com/voicemail. The email is feedback@chasefor28.com. We are on the Instagram. I'm working hard each and every day putting up content on Instagram. I'm trying to do this this day in Yankees history. So I'm trying to put something up every day for this day in Yankees history. And we're also on Twitter @chasefor28pod. Do you want to know what the this day in Yankees history was?
April 4th.
April 4th. On this date in Yankee history.
Give me the year.
1989.
1989. Kevin Moss came in for Dom Mattingly and hit his first major league home run.
No.
That was a good guess.
That's a solid guess based on the year I gave you. No. On April 4th, 1989, it was opening day at the stadium, and Tommy John started for the Yankees and ties a record by playing in his 26th season.
I was going to say, that man played for 100 years.
The veteran hurler beat the 1988 Cy Young Award winner Frank Viola and the Twins 4-2 for his 287th career win, putting him 19th overall. In the game, Roberto Kelly was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run, and Steve Sachs drove in the other 2 Yankee runs on this date in Yankee history.
Oh, 26 years. I knew he pitched a long time. I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
Do you know your mother met him way back when?
Tommy John?
Tommy John. His son had fallen ill and had to go to the hospital.
Okay.
And that was when your mother was working in NYU. She met him.
Wow. That's cool.
That's the only famous person I ever met in that hospital was Kathleen Turner.
And we're not going to tell the rest of that story.
No,
we can't. It's like a whole HIPAA violation. Anyway. All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Chase for 28. Hit us up on the socials, or again, Alex, you can text me. Or if you listen to this and you have my number, Podcast Cuisini, you're still MIA.
Yeah, missing in action.
I don't know what's going on. Should we start bothering him with text messages? Are you listening?
Well, to you, he's the podcast Cuisini. To me, he's the podcast nephew. He'll come around.
He'll come around. If you enjoy the show, share it with another Yankee fan. Word of mouth is the best way to share the good word about a podcast you enjoy, and that helps us grow and become more part of the Yankee community. My name is Chris. He's the Podcast Padre. We'll see you next week. Say goodbye, Pop.
Goodbye, Pop.